All right, I want to update you now. The search for the missing Malaysian Airlines jet continues to be hampered by bad weather.
And back with us to talk about the latest in the search is former military pilot and aviation expert Justin Green and Evie Pomporis, former Secret Service agent. So thanks for being here this morning, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's start. What can you tell us about the debris that was spotted by is it the Thai satellites?
Thai satellites
Yes.
right now. Well, what they're saying is they're seeing a lot of debris now, and you've had different satellites seen, the first thing was one big piece and then two pieces, and now hundreds of pieces are being seen. Nobody's identified any of those pieces as necessarily being from the wreckage, but it's in the right place. And I think within a week or so, we'll actually find pieces of the wreckage.
Could you verify that this was the plane with air reconnaissance, or do you have to actually physically get a piece of this
No, I
thing?
think they could tell, definitely. They try to get as low as about, what, 300 feet so that they can get a good, strong visual. They take photos and whatnot, but this is probably the strongest lead we have thus far since this whole thing began.
Okay, so now the weather has been making it increasingly difficult for search teams. And what's it like for pilots in the ships that are trying to navigate in those waters?
Well, one of the things you have to understand is they're not on a rescue mission now. They're on a recovery mission.
How does that differ?
Well, if you think somebody's still alive, the people planning the operations, the pilots, the people driving those ships are going to take a lot higher levels of risk. But if you're going out to recover bodies and to recover wreckage, you're going to be more careful. You don't want to put more lives at risk just to recover bodies.
Forensically, what are the steps they have to take right now to ensure they get the best information from the site?
So they'll go down, they'll try to recover as many pieces as possible. They'll have to probably get vessels there and then the proper equipment to be able to haul up whatever they can, if they can. Then obviously the black box is the #1 thing they want to get. The black box is obviously we want the data recorder, which records everything that goes on with the plane, the altitude, the speed, the pressure, everything. It really has all the information, and it can store up to 36 hours of information. And then the voice recorder of the cockpit, that might be a little bit difficult for us because it only goes back as 2 hours as far as voice recording. So it won't go back all the way from the beginning, right? So we'll only get the last 2 hours prior to the plane actually crashing.
But how likely is it that they can recover data now at this point?
Yeah.
And if they were to get the black box?
Well, if they get the black box, the data will be on the black box.
Okay,
the
so
question,
no matter how long?
No matter how long.
Ping out a locator?
That's the point. The black box has basically a battery that's going to send out a ping. It's going to send it out for 30 days, probably a little bit more than 30 days, but it's rated for 30 days. And that helps you find it. But after 30 days, it goes dark. The data's still there. The data is secure. So if they find the flight data recorder, they're going to not only find out everything that happened, but what emergency, signals went to the captain or the first officer. But Evie's right. If they were unconscious for the last part of the flight, the cockpit voice recorder is going to be blank. It's not going to tell you anything.
And just to answer your question, the Air France flight, it actually took them 2 years to recover the black box.
Really?
But they were able to recover it. They're very durable. I mean, they can withstand up to 1,000 degrees Celsius of heat for 1 hour. The velocity impact they can take is about 310 miles per hour, 40 Gs. So they're very, very, very durable.
The families are lamenting, obviously. I cannot imagine what they're going through, but they're complaining, alleging the government isn't sharing information correctly and in a timely way. What do they need right now?
Well, the government has mishandled this, the communication, at least part of this, from the get-go. They've released incorrect information. They've changed the story. The last thing that they did was to send a text to some of the family members saying, hey, we're declaring your loved one dead, which is, has been criticized. People are very angry, but as I was asked this the other day, that the government can't be sued for their insensitivity. It's they're immune for sovereign immunity.
But before we let you go, what about the lawsuit in Chicago?
The lawsuit in Chicago, I'm a plaintiff's lawyer representing family members in these types of crashes. The lawsuit in Chicago is premature. It's a disservice to the families. The same law firm filed the same type of claim after the Asiatic crash, and the court in Chicago threw it out of court without even asking Boeing to come in and make a motion.
Right, I mean, because we don't even have information yet, so how can you do the lawsuit? We don't even know what caused the crash.
That's the question.
It's nonsense.
Always, as always, we appreciate it. Justin Green and Evie Pomporis, thanks for sharing your insight and expertise with us. We appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.